there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, SmackDown, what's happening? This show is cratering.
Are the Usos...
What intro that was. Keep it going.
Are the Usos set to reunite?
A new signing has chosen AEW over WWE.
And I'll tell you why Kelly just turned down the WWE. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the After News.
You've never seen two men so laughing at ratings.
What is going on here?
Goodness. So yeah, the only time we come on here and really talk about ratings is when there's a notable high or a notable low. We spoke about AEW's rubbish rating last week. Me and Hamflet did that video. I think it was me and Hamflet, or was it me and Phil? Me and someone did that video. Today we're talking about SmackDown, which has just hit its all-time low. Lowest ever viewership, overall viewership. So this week on USA Network, 2-hour show, of course, why would it be anything else? 1.147 million viewers. They are trending towards hitting below 1 million. Not that the million really means anything. It's just a mythical number people make up in their head. P18 to 49, which is how shows are ranked, 0.28. So yeah, it's the lowest number in the history of the show, the overall viewership is, for a show that hasn't been moved, right? They've had shows that have been put on different nights and, put on at
Fox
2 in the morning.
11 or whatever.
Yeah, B5, 9, 50, U-boat.
You just sunk my battleship.
Yeah. SmackDown ain't sinking no battleship with these numbers. I think it's on the way to the bottom of the ocean.
So is this the one from Lyon?
Lyon.
Yeah,
I think so. So there has only been one preemption that's ever been lower, by the way, in the 18 to 49. That being the best of episode they did in Christmas 2023. Yeah, of course you've seen it all. Yeah, you've seen it all.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
I love wrestling.
Yeah,
but it's Christmas.
I'm not watching 7 hours of weekly wrestling in Christmas. What are we doing here? This is family time, baby. So it's still ranked number 3 on number 2 on cable. Sorry. So it's still done better than anything USA could have put in that spot. Yeah. Like what are they going to put on there? Like Back to the Future 3 or something like that. I mean, I'd watch that.
40 years old. That is. I heard on the radio today.
40 years old
this year.
What? Back to the Future 3?
No, Back to the Future.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, gee whiz, I am super old.
Yeah.
I used to have it on VHS. I had all 3 on VHS. Few comparisons. It's down 9% from last week. It's down, in terms of this year's average, it's down 30% this week. And this month, 36%. So, yeah, look, I think SmackDown is just not appointment viewing in terms of what they're putting on the show these days, right? There is good stuff, obviously. It would be stupid to pretend there wasn't good stuff on this show. But in terms of, like, stupidly huge star attractions, I don't really see much on the marquee week to week that makes me go, I need to see this. It's a pretty rank and file, normal, ordinary show. It's kind of like AEW Collision in many ways, in terms of there might be some good stuff in there, but there's nothing that screams, I must see this immediately. Now, this week might be different because CM Punk, Chicago, AJ Lee. Yeah. This week it'll probably do quite a nice number with all that kind of speculation going on. But yeah, it's a tricky one to pick apart because it's third on the night, second on the night is fine. Yeah. Like, really. But they are trending negatively on this show. It's like we said with AEW the other day when we analysed that rating. It's like the quality and rating aren't always linked. Sometimes it takes a while for one to catch up with the other. It's weird. But look, if I was to sit here and ask, well, there's a man right here. What show are you most excited for? Week to week, Raw or SmackDown, and what's the difference?
Yeah, probably Raw. It definitely feels like you say more eventful stuff happens on that show. There's also an argument to be made that the biggest star, not only on SmackDown but in the company, isn't there for the time being. Completely justified, by the way.
This is true.
And I think that's the right thing to do. We always say, whenever male wrestlers take a break because of the birth of a child. Fully support that, absolutely. But please come back, Cody, because SmackDown clearly needs you.
Roman's injured. Well, injured. He's street fighting.
I witnessed that with my very own eyes and was shouting, stop, he's already dead.
Good angle.
But yeah, weirdly, I haven't, despite being closer to wrestling than I've ever been over these last 2 weeks, I haven't really kept up with the wrestling part of wrestling. Due to being on tour with Sweet Chin Disco, and thank you to everyone who came out and came to those shows. So yeah, I haven't really been watching the week-to-week product, but I do agree that it hasn't felt like I certainly haven't felt like, I heard about this stuff happening, I need to watch that, whereas some of the other shows, whilst I've been away on tour, I've been like, well, that clearly needs to be, you need to find time in the hotel or whatever to catch up on this. Yeah, it's a weird one as well, because it was the go-home for Clash in Paris. It's French audiences. I can testify from being in one. They are insane.
Yep. They're loud.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, like you say, how it bounces back. That's the real test for me this week. And I wonder if, off the back of that, we talked about the AJ Lee news in the morning video earlier on, whether or not other stuff is going to be sort of either hinted at or guaranteed for that show to try and be like, let's get this back on track quickly, and whether or not they use this Friday SmackDown with the hope of more viewers for AJ Lee as a springboard to try and encourage people to become regular watchers again, because that was a terrible rating to drop.
Yeah, it was. And like, look, on like Q3 compared to last year, down 30%. Yeah. What's the big change since then? Road Dogg is the main writer, the lead writer on this show. I remember we did the video and we were really pessimistic about that because he's been terrible before.
The only saving grace is it's not 3 hours anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that helps a lot. For my personal, like I'm watching a show on the Saturday morning, I would like 2 hours. 2 hours is nice. 2 hours is the perfect length.
3 hours would be fine if you didn't just put a 2 hour show on it and just go...
Stretchy poo for this one. So look, I think they need to book more big things. I don't think that building a show around the MFT is a good idea. I know varying levels of enjoyment in this. Personally, they do my head in, and I think Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu was one of the worst matches of the year. I tell you what. Real conversation. Not just taking the piss. Jacob Fatu, the way he has been cooled off should be studied. Like, because he came in, felt like one of the hottest signings in ages, felt that way all the way through to about WrestleMania this year. Now he's just a guy who loses to the wacky Samoan stable. What is this?
Yeah, in a sense you need a big ramp up post, or heading into War Games, heading into the Royal Rumble, because he should be one of the number one contenders for that.
He needs to be put back on the stove, baby. Come on, Paul. Let's do it.
Maybe he could be involved in a reunion for the Usos. Speaking of which,
yes.
Yeah, the Usos are reuniting. No great surprise here. There's been a lot of interactions between not just Jacob Fatu, as Andy mentioned there, but Jimmy and Jay. Yes, Jay's been doing a great deal of single stuff, including fighting for the World Heavyweight title on Sunday.
He was world champion.
But, it looks like the Usos are set to reunite to take on the Vision. Roman Reigns being dead now, of course, considering what happened at Clash in Paris. It's been teased on WWE TV. Wrestling Observer Radio confirmed it. Another match seemingly set for WrestlePalooza. We talked about that this morning, how much they are stacking that card for September the 20th, I believe it is, and a reuniting of the Usos in a tag team capacity, because I know they've done... I was at some of the live events they were at in the UK, and they did stuff with Jacob Fatu in trios matches, and they've done sort of tag team stuff, but not like an official. The Usos are finally back together as a tag team to take on, presumably, from reading this, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker.
Hair in my mouth. What's going on?
So I'm excited to see that again.
Phone on the floor. Good stuff. What a production this is. So they had the tag match this year, right, in Glasgow.
Yes.
When it was like, who's Jimmy's partner or who's Jay's partner going to be? And it was
Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And it was it's the Usos. Cool. So
I spoke to Joe about that, by the way.
Oh.
I bumped into him.
Does he have faults?
Backstage. No, well, I said to him. I bumped into him, I think it was Leeds. We went, Mark Henry very kindly got us backstage, and I saw Joe just as he was coming back through the curtain with The Miz.
Nice.
And I said, things have changed a bit for you since we last saw each other, because we were together in Glasgow.
Yes, of course.
When everyone was there going, where were you, Joe? And Joe's like, they didn't ask me.
He teleports in now.
But now, obviously, he's doing great guns, and I said, do you think there was some sort of like, they wanted to do that, and maybe they changed their mind, and then they said, as a make good, we'll do it at Mania? Because I was like, if that was the case, pretty good make good, really.
Yeah. Wrestling at wrestling, that's pretty big. That's pretty large. And now he's just coming out of cupboards and fridges and stuff. It's fun.
Anyone who comes out of a fridge is instantly over.
Exactly. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. Eggs, they're over.
Yeah.
Cheese. What were we talking about again? What is this?
Glasgow.
The Usos. Yeah. So I think it's a good move. You can't argue with the Jey Uso push. You can't argue with Jey Uso's cat. No, you You can't argue with the Jey Uso push based on overness, right? It's undeniable, that part. But like in terms of like in-ring quality, I do think that they are better as a tag team.
I agree.
Both of them. So good.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this being more of a regular occurrence. Or I hope they work at the story a little bit more of like, should we get the old band back together? I know we've done it a little bit, but like properly to kick these arseholes' head in.
Yeah, let's get rid of these
Roman.
goofs. Come on, let's beat them up. Let's get rid of them. Stick them to the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Send them to main event or something like that. I don't know. Speed.
I think Jimmy should negotiate. I think he should say, I'll have 10% of the Yeet t-shirts cut, because from what I saw on this tour, Jey Uso could buy a gold boat off the back of those t-shirt sales.
Him and Danhausen, man.
Yeah.
Two biggest merch guys in the game. Right, do you want to talk about an AEW signing that has chosen them over WWE?
What's going on here, right?
Hologram.
Because I saw the thumbnail, I saw Pollard, I think, talking about this the other day, and I've been out the loop, and I was like, sorry, an evil twin? What's happening here?
Hologram has an evil clone.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So they started teasing that this week on Collision. El Clone is the name of the character. Pardon my pronunciation in all of this, by the way, I'm an uneducated buffoon. But yeah, he's going to be played by a wrestler called Erez, who WWE were interested in, but he informed WWE, I would like to go to AEW. So there is some interesting background on this. This is from Lucha Blog, by the way, the source when it comes to English language Lucha Libre coverage. Apparently, AEW filed for this trademark like a year ago for El Clone, so they've clearly been planning it for a while. Lucha Blog had heard that there was an idea for it to be Ares back then, and AEW liked him and had interest, but there was no urgency to add another person because the roster is chunk.
Yeah.
Now, Lucha Blog believes there are two things that contributed to this finally happening. One is Erez wrestling on the Dean 2 show, which you should watch. It's on YouTube. It's like the best wrestling vibes of the year. He wrestled in front of the AEW people who were putting that show together, helped put that show together, along with Phil Schneider and Segunda Kaida and the rest of the team. So that probably helped. He's right in your face going, yes, we'll bring him in now. And apparently as well, Super Lucha's Ernesto Ocampo had mentioned WWE was switching from targeting CMLL wrestlers to indie wrestlers. Erez would fall under that kind of category. So if WWE were interested in him and AEW had a passing interest in him, it stands to reason that they go get him before they get him.
Yeah.
We want to use this dude. Now, apparently WWE checked him out. They said, we like you. We might want to bring you in. He was like, I'm going to AEW Chiefs. That's how that one worked. No idea why he chose one over the other, by the way, but he did. There is a bit of a complication to this. He's injured. So he unfortunately suffered a foot injury this Saturday, which is like when the vignette aired. So that's a bit of bad luck. He was put on an ambulance and taken to the hospital and stuff like that. When Lucha Blog asked about this, he was told he was hurt and he had some swelling, but it wasn't as super serious as the ambulance made out to be. Sorry, I said he went to the hospital. That's not true. He didn't end up requiring a hospital visit. Apologies, got that a bit wrong. He has told people that he's going to get it checked out again, but believes he'll just be out for a few. It might just be a sprain or something like that. There you go.
Nothing to stop your week-to-week evil cloning stuff.
Yeah, Hologram's got an evil clone. All right. I mean, look, as long as it doesn't turn into some weird supernatural rubbish, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I tell you what, honestly, wrestling's amazing. No matter what, whether you watch, main roster WWE, NXT in particular, you miss like 2 weeks of that. I've not watched for a couple of weeks now. I have no idea what's going on. But any wrestling, you just miss a couple, and you're like, sorry, and people are like, yeah, that's the evil clone of Hologram. You've not been keeping up with this.
Yeah, I've watched every second.
Yeah,
sure.
So I'm gonna have to catch up with this. I want to see what this. I want to know what this vignette is. I've literally just seen Andrew's news about it in the sort of madness of tour, and went, did I dream that?
Yeah. No, it's fun.
Give anything a chance, me. I'm excited to see what they get.
A hologram could use some character stuff, I think. So this could be fun.
Yeah,
we'll see. Evil twin match. That's going to be weird.
And
Let's go.
What's Erez?
Ares. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
So you could have the evil clone of him being Austin Ares,
That'd be the double evil clone.
Right.
What about, who else is called Ares? The god. There's a god called that. Is he the god of war or something? No, that's Kratos.
Water? You know,
water?
I don't know.
No, that's Aquatico. I don't know. Aquaticus, if it's Greek. There we go. Yeah, that's 4, isn't it? He's the guy from
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's the one.
Actually, he was in that one. That doesn't work.
The
guy from
Wonder Woman.
There you go.
Gal Gadot. No one likes her anymore, do they?
No.
What's she been up to? Bad stuff.
Singing Imagine, I think, again.
All right.
That was such a good move in the pandemic. That got us through everything, didn't
Let
it?
us know what Gal Gadot's been doing. I have no idea. I have literally no idea. Just see names in the press.
Crap
and like,
Snow White remake, maybe.
She's crap at acting. Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's real bad.
Okay, fair enough.
But moving quickly along, let's talk about Kelly. Speaking
of good actors.
Yes, she was on with Chris Van Vliet on a new episode of Insight. Do you remember there was that speculation a while back as to why she wasn't at WWE's Evolution PLE? There was rumours about that, they wanted to book her, but she said, if I'm not doing a match, then I'm not going, sort of thing. Yeah, it's a load of bollocks. She was invited to be at the event in July in Atlanta. She said she was honoured to receive the invitation, but didn't feel like it was the right way to come back. As I said, that led to some people thinking, she only wants to come back if she's working. No, she's got young children, and she got invited at the last minute and went, no, which is absolutely fair enough.
I got a family, Chief. Leave me.
She said it was flying across the country, basically, short notice. Husband's got a job as well. They've got 2 young kids. She says, it was in Atlanta, obviously, the only weekend I had off, and my kids, I think they had something going on. I feel like when I come back, I want my kids to see me there, and they wouldn't have been able to make it. I don't know, there's just a lot of different things that were kind of keeping me from going. She continues basically by saying, look, if the kids were a bit older, if circumstances were a little bit different, absolutely, I'd love to be there. It wasn't me being in a huff and saying, if I'm not working a match, then I'm not coming back. She, is still open to the invitation of popping up again, maybe even working a match. But, yeah. People seem to realise that ex-wrestlers, they do kind of have a lot of other things going on.
People have lives.
Yeah,
lives exist.
As much as I would love to see Kelly on screen, and even in a match again, it wasn't her kicking off or saying it unless she's booked to go over Becky Lynch. She's not coming back.
How about she give me the belt?
She just give her the belt and have her beat everybody.
Yeah, I believe she's just signed a Legends deal as well.
Yeah.
So Kelly will be back.
Yeah.
It's a familiar story, this. Because Goldberg said one of the reasons that he wanted to come back in 2016 was so Gage could see him wrestle his son, obviously, who's jacked as hell now.
He's still in my head, that little chubby kid running around, 10 years old or whatever.
I always think that with Dominic Mysterio as well. I always go back to the, Vicky, where the hell is Vicky? Other wrestlers, like Bryan Danielson has said his favourite moment in his career is winning at All In because his family were there and stuff like that. So Kelly wants to do something that her children can be like a shared familial experience. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, they've used her in Rumbles. They've used her in various spots. She will be back. She will wrestle again. And she will probably almost certainly get that opportunity to do this in front of her family. It's just a nice story. It's just a nice thing.
If she hasn't named her child Benoit Blanc, because her name's Barbie Blanc, of course.
Benoit Blanc Kelly.
Then what's going on in the world? There's a new Knives Out coming, I saw on Twitter
There is
today.
Christmas. I could watch one of those every year.
Oh!
They should make one every year.
They're so every good, year. Aren't they?
Yeah, they're the best. The best franchise out there, I would say.
Absolutely.
In terms of movies. Dune's the god. But
is that the one with the big worm?
Yeah, big worm. What a sand. Like, worms and
sand. Sounds rubbish.
Worms and sand. Javier Bardem being the king.
Hates sand. It gets everywhere.
That little pube Timothy Chalamet levels up, let me tell you.
He's an absolute piece, isn't
he? He is. I always thought he was a little pube, like a little cutesy little guy. He's a badass in that film. He kills it.
Is that where he's got the little nose ring?
I can't remember.
Is that where they can like sniff sand or something? I don't know what's
they've got like well, basically
they can sniff out worms in sand. That's
what happens is that the worm collected all the Infinity Stones, and it snapped his fingers, and everybody died.
Okay. Do you know how you tell the front end of a worm? Don't you? You roll it in flour and see which end farts.
What?
Is that what they do in Dune?
That's it. And they pull it out of the ground. And they just roll it around, and when it farts,
they go.
Yep.
That's the back end. Unless it was a burp.
That's his
then
ass.
That completely throws me.
That's his ass. I tell you what. Why don't you click your fingers and we'll get the hell out of this video? Go for it, because I can't do it.
What's here? It's the morning news about AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Give it a watch.
Yeah. Do it.